Hello everybody and welcome back. We're still reeling from Clan Gangland. Gang, pal Majiga. You may have heard about the Gangrel before. They are a wild clan, in touch with their beast in a way others might not dare to attempt. They mostly keep out of big cities, but there are exceptions. Nominally, they haven't been part of the Camarilla for over 2 decades. But the one kindred I would like you to meet has strong, shall we say, familial ties to the sect. Her name is Tamika. Her sire, Jezebel, was instrumental during the Battle of New York back in 1999, the very same battle that cemented the city as a Camarilla domain. Sadly, her achievements have gone largely unrecognized. Tamika and a number of her siblings still reside in the domain they are awarded after the battle, Prospect Park. Jezebel herself left the city some years ago, fed up with being underappreciated. Yeah, I could understand that. You mentioned, should I contact? I mean, seems like it's fine, you know, keep the peace.
Yeah.
As long as it's not outright your enemy, you know, that's what I'm getting here.
Yeah.
You mentioned siblings? Siblings, actual biological brothers and sisters? No, not in the mortal sense. The Gangrel sometimes use the word brood to indicate child begat by the same sire. As you can probably tell, they do take the whole animal motif quite far. I'm not sure how many of them there are, but there are rumored to be a tight-knit group. The Gangrel often act on instinct, so when you meet Tamika or his siblings, be careful not to slight them.
Group.
Yep. Gotta get them night tits. They are easily provoked and can hold a grudge for a long time. I speak from experience. So you see, seeking out Tamika could prove quite educational, if nothing else. And who knows, perhaps you will find her temperament to be a welcome change of pace. But speaking of a change of pace, I have one last suggestion for you. Though it's one I don't make lightly. The kindred who calls herself Hope. A Malkavian. They are a uniquely cursed clan. For centuries we considered them mad, insane, unhinged, Wendell. Fuck yeah, freakazoid! But those of us who spend enough time with them come to understand the truth. What is the truth? Psychologists would diagnose the children of Malkav with schizophrenia, depression, obsessive-compulsive disorder, or post-traumatic stress disorder. Sometimes all at once. In reality,
Wow.
the Clan of the Moon are all these things and none. Like the wise madmen of poetry, their derangement stems from seeing too much of the world at once. From understanding too deeply. Oh, like thermodynamics and the heat death of the world and shit. And feeling emotions that are too strong to bear. They self-medicate with blood, but that is just a temporary solution. All Malkavians suffer mental illnesses following the embrace, sometimes accentuating an existing condition, other times adding a new dimension to their instability. As if their thoughts and actions were based on otherworldly logic, there seems to be no knowing when their condition will manifest destructively, or when it will offer important perspectives where such were previously lacking. They are referred to as oracles, jesters, and visionaries, or in a more insulting manner as madmen, liabilities, and lunatics. Okay, that's interesting. It is no sickness, but a unique perception of the world that has them appear to us as unstable, and that perception can prove to be very valuable. Having a Malkavian as your companion might be taxing on the nerves and a true test of patience at times, but their insight and intuition are unrivaled among kindred. As for Hope specifically, she is said to be a
She's
recluse.
batshit insane.
But I have it on good authority that she can currently be found in an internet cafe, I believe it's called, in Lower Manhattan. Gregory has the address.
Doesn't sound like my type.
Where did you learn about Hope? One of my colleagues told me about her. He considers her uniquely talented and tapped into the current fads among kind. Not something I am personally interested in, as I'm sure you know by now. I take his word for it, at any rate. Well, I believe that is all of them. I still have a few social calls to make tonight, so I'll leave you to it. Use tonight and tomorrow night to arrange some cordial visits of your own. I will send Gregory for you as soon as I have further need of your services. Oh, that reminds me. You will need a car. Join us downstairs, won't you? She smiles once more and turns to her driver. He helps her put on her coat, and the three of you leave Sophie's apartment. Sophie
I'm
points
gonna
to one
give
of the
you a
cars near
shitty
the building.
little cabby.
Huh?
I'm gonna give you a shitty little car. Like,
Probably.
old and used.
Sophie points to one of the cars near the building as Gregory hands you the keys. It's a rather inconspicuous compact car. A decent looking, if not luxurious, ride. Stay safe, Jerricola. This is your first night alone. Don't let it be your last.
Quick,
As they
drive into that
drive
wall.
As they drive away, you find yourself with more freedom than you've had the past few nights. A blessing or a burden? Time will tell. With a list of addresses in hand, you consider your next move.
You know, I'm starting to wonder.
Oh, shit. Wait. Okay, that's Blood Mage. That's Hope.
That's Hope.
That's...
Gumshoe and the...
That's
Oh, that's
D'Angelo.
the, yeah.
Ah,
D'Angelo.
that's a little disappointing. I expected Nosferatu to look different. Anyway, what were you gonna say, Ian?
Like, what interests me is a crossover between Vampire the Masquerade and Blade.
That'd be cool. Sophie's mention of a vampire clan of blood sorcerers sparked your attention. One of them, Agathon. Blood magic sounds cool. Having a crazy prophet sounds cool. I'm really feeling the I'm really feeling the Nosferatu though.
Let's go for that then.
All right. As you make your way down Clinton Street, the incessant hum of traffic gives way to the ominous silence of the waterfront. You stop to take in a familiar bouquet of the Hudson, made all the more potent by your recently sharpened senses. Across the basin, the Red Hook grain terminal rears its rusty frame. Once a bustling industrial area, now a sleeping giant splayed out on the riverbank. Forgotten. Abandoned. Conveniently so, especially for one of the hidden. Keeping to the shadows, you sneak closer to the dilapidated complex, making way past hole-ridden silos and wobbly chain-link fences. Hey Silo, how's it going, dude? I hope they watch these. By the time you reach the entrance to the main building, you can almost feel the rust particles making themselves cozy at the back of your throat. Ugh! Wait, you're not even breathing. How?
It might be like a reactive thing.
Not getting your hopes up, you give the door a slight nudge. To your surprise, it gives almost instantly. Looks like someone's been using it recently.
Like reaction, like you see someone like take a nasty fall and you just have that deep intake of breath.
Yeah.
They're just like, ooh.
Once inside, you find yourself in a large, empty hall. Looking around, you can almost picture it back in its heyday, stacked to the rafters with heavy machinery. You notice a set of stairs leading up to a mezzanine, most likely an office space, and then you see it. A faint light coming from one of the upper rooms. Looks like you're in luck. Quietly, with bated breath, you climb the steps and approach the dimly lit room. The door creaks open, revealing what looks like an old-timey detective's office, complete with crooked window blinds, an overflowing ashtray, gross, and paper scattered across a wooden desk. I really hate cigarettes, dude. Fucking nasty. Suddenly it hits you, that nagging feeling. This is all too convenient, too inviting. Before you can react, the trap is already sprung. A plume of cigar smoke wafts over your shoulder. The barrel of a gun rubs against your spine. A raspy voice whispers in your ear. You want to be him?
Sure.
Let me guess. Took the wrong turn at the third silo.
Presents?
I mean, that's obviously him. No need to do that. Just you decide to play along. Raising your arms slowly, you weigh your next words carefully. You're pretty sure a bullet in the back wouldn't kill you, but it doesn't sound too pleasant. Either. How about we talk like civilized kindred?
This is Bloodsuckers Anonymous. Okay, I want to go with that one.
Yeah. You mean this isn't Bloodsuckers Anonymous? A noise rattles behind your head, like someone shook a can of gravel. It might have been a chuckle, but your guess is as good as anyone's.
Wise guy, huh? Luckily for you, I have a soft spot for wise guys, so I'll give you a chance to explain yourself.
In a strange interplay of light and shadow, the stranger reappears behind his desk. Interesting. Seeing him in his full, for lack of a better word, glory, you can't help but smirk. This is the dreaded Nosferatu? The way Sophie described them, you were expecting some grotesque monstrosity. But this guy? The clothes, the swagger, the hard-boiled detective routine? It all comes across as a bad joke. Still, when it comes to his appearance, his lineage is undeniable. Yep, okay, I'm pretty sure we already saw that one. From 30 feet away, he could probably pass for a bum with a nasty skin condition. From 5 feet away, he looks like something made to be seen from 30 feet away. He leans back in his chair, casually pointing his gun at you.
So, what brings you to my humble office?
I can kind of see it, like he's, his face is sinking into it a bit.
No. I love the beat. He just says no.
That's pretty great. You D'Angelo? You're the one they call D'Angelo.
That's my name, kid. Don't wear it out. Friends call me Jin, so you best stick to D'Angelo for the time being.
Okay, why'd you tell me then? Whatever.
Now, I suggest you tell me what this is about, otherwise I kindly ask you to get the fuck out of my office.
I can see why Kadir keeps you.
you.
Charming. I can see why Kadir keeps you around. His expression sours.
Oh. Not a name you want to casually toss around, kid. But hey, I get it. You're not some random schmuck who wandered here off the street. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Who I work for is less important. What I'm working on, however.
I know. I'm here to help. The Red Hook murders. I know. I want to help you catch the killer. His moldy lips twist into a smile.
Do you now?
D'Angelo lowers his shades. For a few seconds, he sits motionless, with his eyes fixated on yours. Suddenly, he raises his gun, almost making you flinch. Almost. Then, he twirls it in his shoulder holster in a flashy display that definitely looks like it was practiced. A lot. In front of a mirror. He's pulling the fucking revolver ocelot spinning shit. You see the Nosferatu's lips move, but the quiet mumbling clearly isn't meant for your ears. Listening in, you're able to catch snippets of his monologue.
Sure, they seem to care. What was the end game? What was their angle? Everybody's got one, even if they pretend they don't. Especially then. What the hell? Maybe this town finally got to me.
I love this guy already.
He's doing monologues. This is great. We made the right choice, I feel like.
Yeah.
He pauses,
I'm loving this guy.
sticks a fresh cigar between his crooked teeth.
Maybe a good leap of faith is just what the doctor ordered.
From the light. As he reaches into the pocket, you flash a lit lighter before his eyes. Or maybe you could use a healthy dose of unhealthy. For a split second, he gives you a puzzled look. Then he leans over to your lighter, puffing on a cig as he catches fire. A wry smile comes back to his lips.
I like you, kid. You might look like a used car salesman, but there's just something about you.
I do not look like a car salesman. Fuck you.
You kinda do.
No!
Tell you what, I was just about to head back to the crime scene, take a look around, refresh my notes. You can tag along if you want. I could use an assistant, someone to take notes and make wild assumptions for me to shoot down.
Oh, fuck yeah, I've always wanted to be on CSI.
Who knows, if you're any good, I might consider you making this a long-term arrangement.
Sounds good.
Sure does, kid. I'm the one who said it. There's one more thing. You still got me at a disadvantage here. Seems like you've done some digging on me, but with you, everybody scratched the surface. Catch my drift. So answer me this. Who was it that sent you into my neck of the woods? Or in layman's terms, who do you work for?
Sophie Langley. For the first time since you got here, the Nosferatu adopts a look of genuine surprise. His eyes wander for a moment, finally giving way to a crooked smile.
So you're the one, huh? The fledgling the Toreador named Spared? Yeah, that would make sense. Don't think she'd appreciate you throwing her name around. Thanks for being upfront, kid.
Yeah, well, she can get fucked until she says otherwise. One blink is enough for you to miss D'Angelo vanishing from his chair. Just when you're about to look around, he appears right next to you. Up close, his smile is even more unnerving.
Alright, moonlight's burning. Let's get cracking.
With a certain fascination, you watch D'Angelo stumble his way across West Brooklyn. Oddly animated, incessantly scratching his face and neck, stopping every once in a while for a bout of mumbling narration, he's most certainly a sight to behold. Still, he seems to be getting around okay, and you take particular note of the fact that he seems to be choosing the darker, less frequented streets. There is definitely a method to his madness. Eventually, your leprous guide takes a sudden turn off of Van Brunt Street and into a particularly dingy alleyway. The torn pieces of yellow police tape are a dead giveaway. This has to be the place.
Well, here we are. Time for you to earn your stripes. Here's where they found him. Drained dry. Not a drop of blood in him. Before you asked, no, I didn't get to see the body, so I don't know if there were any bite marks. So, what can you tell me?
You take a moment to examine the crime scene. Judging by the chalk outline on the pavement, the man was killed recently. Curiously, there doesn't appear to be a trace of blood or viscera. And you know the city's cleanup crew isn't that fast or that thorough. Looking up, you notice a spray-painted sign on the wall. It reads, "The Blood Speaks," in big, crooked letters. You look at D'Angelo. Nosferatu gives you an expecting look. How come there's no blood? You say the victim was drained dry? Because I don't see a trace of blood anywhere.
Good eye, kid. It's the details that count. And given that the murder was committed right here and the victim didn't make a sound, we can therefore conclude that
The killer was a kindred.
bingo, only a kindred could have drained a human like this quickly. Or a human this quickly, this quietly. But not just any kindred. Take a look at the graffiti. What do you think it means?
It seems desperate.
My thoughts exactly. Since someone wanted to get a message across, but was too scared to stick around and write the whole damn book. So we got the abridged version. Tell me, if you were to guess, which clan would you say our killer belongs to?
Thin Bloods? Have we even seen what a fucking Thin Blood is? Fuck, it was Tremere, wasn't it?
Tremere.
Unread. I read all these. Fuck you.
Oh, I think we'll just go to the unread at the very top. But let's see.
I don't see it. It must be
It's
down near the
just,
bottom.
yeah. The latest ones were the Ventru, Bruja,
Tremere.
Tremere.
Yeah, these are the blood people. The blood speaks. If anybody's blood obsessed, it's these guys.
Hermetic mages, yeah.
Because the other one was Malkavians. And that's
Malkavian.
schizophrenia. The crazy ones.
Yeah, the ones who know more.
Which ones are Thin
That's definitely
Bloods?
possible.
Who's Thin Blood? Blue Bloods. But
Warlord's
that's
not there.
Yeah, if anything, it's gotta be Tremere, right?
Yeah, it could be Tremere, or again, it could be Malkavian.
I'm gonna guess Tremere. Wait, aren't the Tremere known as blood sorcerers? This is probably some fucked up ritual of theirs.
The Warlocks do tend to get creepy at times, but they're not exactly the Manson family. Just not their style.
Oh.
Might be jumping to conclusions here, but my money's on Thin Bloods.
What is the thing? Okay. Vampires with blood so diluted they retain many human traits. The Thin Bloods are invariably clanless. Survivors of the last decades of pogroms, prejudice, and ostracization, their numbers now swell. Their messy street alchemy and ability to pass as human makes them uniquely suited to thrive outside kindred society and make their own fate in postmodern nights. The thin-blooded can be of any mortal origin and are not affected by their parents' clan curse, nor by their preference to the same degree as their sire. In 2009, the Inner Circle of the Camarilla issued an edict that all thin blood must be branded or tattooed with the mark of the crescent moon, inked by a Tremere tattoo artist or scorched with a beam of sunlight. The brand is irreversible. Many kindred still view the thin bloods as a threat to the masquerade. Weaklings, runoffs, abortions, Jesus, will destroy them if given the chance. Those who don't despise thin bloods tend to call them the young ones, chameleons or duskborn. Okay, so that was meant for us to learn. He pauses, spits out the mangled remains of a cigar.
Shit. Looks like we're gonna have to pay Larson a visit.
The thin blood primogen? Oh, was that the...
Oh, he's thin blood.
Interesting. Larson, the thin blood primogen?
No, Larson, the bicycle repairman. Of course, a thin blood fucking primogen. Not sure if he knows who the killer is, but he could probably make an educated guess. In any case, we'd be doing him a favor. If it turns out that one of his is violating the masquerade, it'll put him in a hell of an awkward position. And I mean shitting upside down awkward.
Ah! Anyway, with that lovely mental image, that's where we're going to end it for today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.
Adios.